Good morning, beautiful souls. There are moments in life when the weight of the world feels unbearable, when everything seems to be falling apart and stress wraps itself around you like an unbreakable chain. But I am here to tell you one simple truth. Everything is temporary. The pain you feel today will not last forever. The heartbreak that keeps you up at night will heal. The failures that haunt you will one day be nothing more than lessons in your journey. Every storm passes, every night turns into day, and every wound heals if you allow it. I know it's not easy. I know there are days when you feel like giving up, but let me ask you, have you ever seen a tree standing tall against the wind? The stronger the storm, the deeper its roots grow. And just like that tree, your struggles are not breaking you. They are making you unshakable. Often we hold on to stress as if it will change our reality. We replay past mistakes, worry about the uncertain future, and forget that the only moment we truly have is now. And this moment is too precious to waste on stress. So let go. Let go of what you cannot change. Let go of fears that do not serve you. Let go of the idea that you are not enough because you are. You are strong. You are resilient. You are unstoppable. Remember, everything in life is temporary: the pain, the sorrow, the struggles. But do you know what remains? Your strength, your courage, your will to rise again. Pain is an inevitable part of life. At some point, we all experience hardship, failure, loss, or disappointment. It feels unbearable in the moment, like a storm that will never pass. But no matter how deep the pain, no matter how dark the night, one undeniable truth remains: pain is temporary. It does not last forever. It comes like waves, sometimes overwhelming, sometimes subtle, but it never stays. It moves through us, changes us, and eventually fades away. What remains, however, is the growth we achieve through those painful moments. Growth is permanent. It is the strength we build, the wisdom we gain, and the resilience we develop. Think about any difficult time you have gone through. At that moment, it may have seemed endless, like the weight of the world was crushing you. But now, when you look back, you realize that you survived. You overcame. And in that process, you became stronger. Every hardship you have faced has shaped you in ways you may not even recognize yet. Pain tests us, challenges us, and sometimes even breaks us, but it also teaches us. It forces us to look within, to question, to learn, and to evolve. A person who has never faced pain may never truly understand their own strength. It is through adversity that we discover what we are capable of. The struggles we endure push us beyond our comfort zones, forcing us to grow in ways we never imagined. Imagine a seed buried in the darkness of the soil. It struggles to break through, fighting against the weight of the earth above it. But in that struggle, it grows roots. It gains strength. And one day, it emerges into the light as a strong, thriving plant. Similarly, pain pushes us to break through our own barriers. It forces us to grow, even when we feel like giving up. Pain also teaches us resilience. It shows us that no matter how many times we fall, we can always rise again. Life will knock us down, but every time we stand back up, we become stronger than before. We learn to endure. We learn to adapt. We learn to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. Growth is not always easy, and it is often uncomfortable, but it is always worth it. The lessons we gain through pain become a part of us forever. Many of the most inspiring stories in history are about people who faced tremendous pain but used it to grow. They refused to let their suffering define them. Instead, they transformed it into something meaningful. Every great leader, every successful individual, every person who has made a difference in the world has faced pain at some point. What set them apart was their ability to use that pain as fuel for growth. They understood that pain is temporary, but what they learned from it would last a lifetime. When we embrace the idea that pain is temporary, we also free ourselves from unnecessary fear. We stop running from difficulties and start facing them with courage. We understand that no matter how hard today feels, tomorrow holds new possibilities. Pain loses its power over us when we accept that it is just a passing phase, a moment in time that will eventually fade. What remains is the strength we gain from enduring it. Growth is permanent because it becomes a part of who we are. Every time we overcome a challenge, we add to our strength. Every time we push through pain, we build resilience. Every time we learn from hardship, we gain wisdom that stays with us forever. Life is a journey of ups and downs, but if we choose to see pain as a teacher rather than an enemy, we allow ourselves to grow into the best versions of ourselves. Challenges are an inevitable part of life. No one can go through life without facing difficulties, obstacles, or moments of struggle. While challenges often feel like burdens, they are in reality some of the greatest teachers we will ever have. They shape us, mold us, and push us toward growth in ways that comfort and ease never could. Every challenge presents an opportunity to learn, evolve, and discover our true potential. It is through these difficult moments that we develop resilience, strength, and wisdom. Without challenges, there would be no progress, no growth, and no real understanding of our capabilities. When we encounter challenges, our initial reaction is often resistance. We question why things are happening to us and wish for an easier path. However, when we look back at the most significant moments of our lives, we realize that the challenges we faced were also the turning points that shaped us into who we are today. A person who never struggles never grows. Just like a muscle needs resistance to become stronger, we need challenges to develop mental, emotional, and even spiritual strength. Every setback, every failure, and every hardship carries within it a lesson that, once learned, stays with us forever. Life's greatest lessons are rarely taught in moments of comfort. Instead, they come through difficulties that test our patience, endurance, and determination. A challenge forces us to step outside of our comfort zones and confront our fears. It teaches us problem solving, adaptability, and perseverance. The skills we gain from overcoming challenges are not temporary, they become a permanent part of our character. Each time we face adversity and overcome it, we build confidence in our ability to handle whatever life throws at us. This confidence becomes a source of strength that allows us to take on bigger challenges in the future. Challenges also have a way of revealing our true potential. Many people never realize what they are capable of until they are forced to push beyond their limits. A challenge can awaken hidden talents, strengths, and abilities that we never knew we had. It can push us to work harder, think differently, and strive for something greater. Often the greatest achievements in life come from situations that seemed impossible at first. The world's most successful people did not reach their goals by avoiding challenges. They faced them, learned from them, and used them as stepping stones toward success. Difficulties also teach us humility and empathy. When we go through struggles, we develop a deeper understanding of the struggles of others. Challenges remind us that everyone is fighting their own battles, and this awareness fosters compassion and kindness. When we overcome our own hardships, we become better equipped to help others do the same. Our experiences give us the wisdom to guide, support, and uplift those who may be facing similar struggles. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth, but only if we are willing to learn from it. Some people see obstacles as reasons to give up, while others see them as lessons to be learned. The difference lies in perspective. When we shift our mindset from "why is this happening to me?" to "what is this teaching me?" we transform challenges from burdens into blessings. Instead of being defeated by difficulties, we become empowered by them. Life will never be free of challenges, but we always have a choice in how we respond to them. When we embrace challenges as teachers rather than threats, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities for growth and transformation. They shape our character, build our resilience, and prepare us for even greater things ahead. Instead of fearing challenges, we should welcome them, knowing that with each difficulty comes a lesson that will stay with us forever. Scars are often seen as imperfections, reminders of pain or marks of something that once hurt us. But in reality, scars are symbols of survival. They are proof that despite the wounds, despite the struggles, despite the moments when we thought we wouldn't make it, we did. Scars tell a story of resilience, strength, and the ability to overcome. They remind us that we are not defined by what hurt us, but by how we healed. Every scar, whether physical or emotional, carries a lesson, a testament to the battles we have fought and won. Life is never without challenges. Every person faces struggles, heartbreak, failures, and losses. These moments leave marks, some visible and some hidden deep within. But rather than seeing scars as something to be ashamed of, we should embrace them as part of our journey. A scar is not a sign of weakness. It is proof that we have endured. It shows that we have walked through fire and emerged stronger. Every scar is a chapter in the story of our strength. Scars also teach us the power of healing. When we are wounded, we may feel broken, but healing begins the moment we choose to move forward. Healing does not mean forgetting the pain. It means accepting it, learning from it, and using it to grow. Some scars take longer to heal than others, but every step in the healing process makes us stronger. The journey from pain to healing is not easy, but it transforms us into wiser, more compassionate individuals. People often try to hide their scars, afraid that they make them look weak or damaged. But the truth is, scars are a sign of a warrior. They show that we have faced challenges and refused to be defeated. Every scar tells a story of perseverance. It tells the world that despite the hardships, we kept going. Instead of hiding our scars, we should wear them with pride because they are a reflection of everything we have overcome. Scars also remind us that pain is temporary, but strength is permanent. The hurt we once felt fades with time, but the lessons we learn from those experiences stay with us forever. The most difficult moments in life shape us into who we are meant to be. Without challenges, without pain, without scars, we would never grow. Strength is not built in times of ease. It is built in the moments that test us the most. And every scar is evidence of that strength. When we embrace our scars, we inspire others. People who see our strength are encouraged to find their own. When we share our stories, we remind others that they are not alone in their struggles. Scars connect us because everyone has them in some form. No one goes through life without facing pain. And when we acknowledge our scars, we give others the courage to embrace theirs. Life is about transformation. Pain changes us, but it does not have to break us. Instead, it can make us stronger, wiser, and more determined. Scars do not mean that we were weak. They mean that we fought, we endured, and we survived. They are proof that no matter how hard life gets, we have the power to rise again. Our scars tell a story, and that story is one of strength, resilience, and the unbreakable spirit that keeps us moving forward. Perspective is one of the most powerful forces in shaping our lives. It determines how we see the world, how we interpret challenges, and how we respond to situations. The same event can be experienced in completely different ways by two people simply because of their perspectives. While one person may see a failure as the end of the road, another may see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This is the power of perspective. It has the ability to transform struggles into lessons, obstacles into stepping stones, and pain into strength. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. However, it is not the challenges themselves that define us, but how we choose to perceive them. A person who views hardships as punishments will feel defeated, while someone who sees them as opportunities for growth will become stronger. The way we look at our circumstances determines whether we remain stuck in our difficulties or find a way to rise above them. When we shift our mindset from focusing on problems to seeking solutions, we empower ourselves to navigate even the most difficult situations. Perspective also shapes our emotions and mental well-being. When we dwell on negativity, we invite stress, anxiety, and self-doubt into our lives. But when we choose to see the good, even in difficult situations, we cultivate resilience, gratitude, and inner peace. A setback can either be seen as a reason to give up or as a motivation to push harder. A delay in success can either be perceived as a failure or as preparation for something greater. The choice is always ours. How we interpret events determines how we feel about them and ultimately how we respond to them. Many of the most successful people in the world have faced extreme hardships, yet they did not let their struggles define them. Instead, they chose to see their difficulties as stepping stones towards something greater. They understood that setbacks were temporary and that failure was not the opposite of success but a part of it. Their perspective allowed them to keep moving forward, despite the challenges they faced. This is why the ability to change perspective is often the difference between success and failure, happiness and misery, growth and stagnation. Perspective is also essential in our relationships. When we take the time to see things from another person's point of view, we develop empathy, understanding, and deeper connections. Many conflicts arise, not because of what happens, but because of how people perceive what happens. A misunderstanding can either lead to resentment or to a meaningful conversation, depending on how it is approached. When we learn to see situations through different lenses, we become more compassionate, open-minded, and willing to find common ground. Our perspective is shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and mindset, but it is not fixed. We have the power to change it at any moment. By choosing to see the positive, focusing on what we can control rather than what we cannot, and by embracing challenges as opportunities, we take control of our own lives. Life will always present difficulties, but we decide whether we allow those difficulties to break us or build us. When we change our perspective, we change our reality. We begin to see opportunities where we once saw obstacles. We find strength where we once felt weakness, and we discover hope where we once felt despair. The power of perspective lies in its ability to transform the way we experience life. It is not about denying reality or ignoring hardships, but about choosing to see the bigger picture. A storm may bring destruction, but it also brings growth. A difficult moment may bring pain, but it also brings wisdom. When we shift our perspective, we unlock a new way of living, one filled with resilience, possibility, and the understanding that every experience, no matter how challenging, holds the potential for something greater. Letting go is one of the hardest yet most powerful things we can do in life. It is human nature to hold on to people, to memories, to past mistakes, to regrets, and even to pain. We cling to what feels familiar, even when it no longer serves us, because we fear the unknown. However, true growth comes when we learn to release what is weighing us down. When we let go, we create space for new beginnings, for healing, and for transformation. Holding on to things that no longer serve us only keeps us stuck, while letting go opens the door to endless possibilities. Growth requires change, and change often requires us to leave something behind. Sometimes it is a toxic relationship that drains our energy. Other times, it is self-doubt that holds us back from reaching our full potential. It could be a past failure that we keep replaying in our minds, preventing us from moving forward. Whatever it is, if it is not helping us grow, it is holding us back. The weight of what we refuse to release slows us down, keeping us from becoming the best version of ourselves. Letting go is not a sign of weakness, but of strength, because it takes courage to release what is comfortable and embrace the unknown. Many people fear letting go because they believe it means losing a part of themselves. But in reality, the things we let go of are often the very things that are preventing us from discovering who we truly are. We grow when we step out of the past and into the present, when we stop looking back and start looking ahead. Growth is about movement, and movement is impossible when we are chained to things that no longer have a place in our lives. By releasing what no longer serves us, we allow ourselves to evolve, to heal, and to move forward with clarity and purpose. Letting go is also an act of self-love. It means choosing peace over chaos, growth over stagnation, and self-respect over attachment. When we let go of negative thoughts, we make space for positivity. When we let go of grudges, we make space for love. When we let go of fear, we make space for courage. Every time we release something that does not serve us, we create room for something better. The past cannot be changed, but the future is shaped by the choices we make today. Choosing to let go is choosing to grow, to heal, and to live life with an open heart and an open mind. One of the greatest lessons in life is understanding that not everything is meant to stay. Some people come into our lives for a season, some experiences happen to teach us a lesson, and some failures occur to redirect us towards something better. When we learn to accept this, we stop resisting change and start embracing it. We understand that letting go does not mean forgetting, it means choosing to move forward without being held back by what was. It means trusting that better things are ahead, even if we cannot see them yet. Growth is a journey, and every step forward requires us to leave something behind. The beauty of letting go is that it brings freedom. It frees us from the burden of the past, from the weight of regrets, and from the fear of the future. It allows us to breathe, to heal, and to grow in ways we never imagined. When we stop holding on to what was, we open ourselves to what can be. We give ourselves the chance to create new experiences, to form new connections, and to build a life that aligns with who we are meant to become. Growth begins the moment we decide to let go, and in that decision we find our greatest strength. Life is full of storms, challenges, setbacks, losses, and disappointments that shake us to our core. When we are caught in the middle of these storms, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, defeated, and hopeless. We question why things are happening to us, and we often wish for an easier path. But what we fail to realize in those moments is that storms are not here to break us, they are here to build us. Every difficulty we face strengthens us in ways we cannot see at the time. Just like a tree that grows deeper roots to withstand the wind, we too develop inner strength, resilience, and wisdom through the storms we endure. Growth does not happen in comfort. Strength is not built in easy times. It is the challenges that push us beyond our limits and force us to discover what we are truly capable of. When life tests us, we have two choices. We can let the storm destroy us, or we can allow it to shape us into something stronger. The struggles we go through prepare us for the future, teaching us lessons that no amount of ease or success ever could. The pain of today is the foundation of the strength we will carry tomorrow. Storms teach us resilience. Every time we face a challenge and refuse to give up, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger than we thought. We realize that no matter how strong the winds blow, we have the power to stand firm. Difficult times show us our own ability to endure, to adapt, and to keep moving forward even when everything around us feels uncertain. We do not grow by avoiding difficulties, we grow by facing them head on, by learning to navigate through them, and by emerging on the other side with newfound strength. Adversity also teaches us patience and perspective. When we are in the middle of a storm, it feels endless, like the darkness will never fade. But if we look back on our lives, we realize that every storm we once thought would destroy us eventually passed. Time has a way of healing wounds, and challenges have a way of molding us into better versions of ourselves. The hardships we face today are temporary, but the strength we gain from them is permanent. They teach us to appreciate the calm after the storm, to value the lessons learned, and to trust that even the darkest nights will eventually lead to brighter days. Storms also reveal what truly matters. When life is easy, we often take things for granted. But when difficulties arise, we gain clarity. We understand the importance of the people who stand by us, the strength we hold within, and the things that truly bring us happiness. Hardships have a way of stripping away the unnecessary, leaving behind only what is real and meaningful. They remind us that we are capable of handling more than we ever imagined, and that our struggles are not signs of weakness, but of courage and perseverance. Some of the most inspiring stories in history come from people who faced immense adversity, but refused to let it define them. They took their pain and turned it into purpose, their struggles into strength. They understood that storms were not obstacles, but stepping stones to something greater. The same is true for each of us. Every hardship we face is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to become stronger.